morning. Happy Tuesday, October the 10th. It is the 10:10 portal, everybody. Powerful, energetic day. It's 10:59 a.m. I'm Giuliana Mello, and this is your Talk Tuesday. And today is a really deep talk. Today is all about going from unworthiness, making a choice to heal your life, and then becoming a too much woman. Or too much man, but usually my demographic is females. And so today I want to talk a little bit about that because it has been such a painful time in my life right now. Going from that, knowing that my number one area of healing my life was in not feeling enough. Not feeling enough. And then seeking within to who am I and how can I heal? And my old story was one of dis-ease, stage 3 peritoneal cancer, migraines, diabetes, type 2, and a host of other things, infections with the diabetes, depression. Oh my gosh, there was so much that I knew that I had to heal. And knowing that self-love was a key was paramount. And I knew that I was worth it. So today I want to talk about this. There she is, the too much woman. And you might be resonating with this. If you're on the live right now, share with me that you're here so I can say hi. If you're going to watch the replay, let me know that you're watching on the replay. There she is, the too much woman, the one who loves too hard, feels too deeply, asks too much, asks too often, desires too much. There she is, taking up too much space with her laughter, her curves, her honesty, her sexuality, her beauty, her presence as tall as a tree, as wide as a mountain. Her energy occupies every crevice of the room. Too much space she takes. There she is, causing a ruckus with her persistent wanting. Too much wanting. She desires a lot. She wants a lot. She wants everything. Too much happiness, too much alone time, too much pleasure, too much joy. She'll go through brimstone, murky river, and hellfire to get it. She'll risk all to quell the longings of her heart and her body. This makes her dangerous. Forget everything you've heard. Your too muchness is a gift. Your too muchness is a gift. You heard me right. Oh yes. It is a gift, one that can heal, one that can incite, liberate, and cut straight to the heart of things. Do not be afraid of this gift, and let no one shy you away from it. Your too muchness is magic. It's medicine. It can change the world. Now, this is what I know for sure. Going from somebody that never felt worthy in her life to being somebody, to becoming who God meant me to be, is costing me people, places, and things. And God told me you need to become her anyway. You need to become her. I took a few notes that I want to share with you because I feel that it's important healing process for women to go through in order to access her inner power, her goddess within, and to move into spiritual wholeness and spiritual wellness. It's this. You've got to challenge the world with your entire being that you're too much. I want to share with you the saying by Marianne Williamson. I've got it on my phone. I just want to bring it up. just get it here. Our Deepest Fear by Marianne Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in all of us. It's in everyone. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. That's by Marianne Williamson, Our Deepest Fear. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. And I don't have all the answers. Today, I just know that each day you need to make a choice. You need to have courage if you want things to change. You have to take a chance on you because you're worth it. Because your energy was made manifest to be in the glory of God. And He doesn't want us playing small. And there comes a point where you need to realize that nothing anybody does is about you. And it was interesting because yesterday I got this meme on Facebook that said, a different version of you exists in the minds of everyone that you know. Everybody that you know has an opinion of who you are. The gist is that the person you think of as yourself only exists for you. And even you don't really know who that is unless you dig deep to heal that which has wounded you to become the truest you. Every person you meet has a relationship with you, and they create a version of you in their heads. You're not the same person to your mom, your dad, your siblings, your coworkers, your neighbors, or your friends. There's 1,000 different versions of you. 1,000. And you know what the thing is? You can't do anything about it. Because they bring their own thoughts, feelings, and emotions to who they think you are. And when you don't show up the way that they think that you should or could, then they project their crap onto who they think that you should be. And a lot of times, the standard that people hold you up to is not real. And it can cause a lot of wounding from your childhood. And when we heal it and when we come into acknowledgement of it, it could trigger a lot of people around you simply by existing, by acknowledging the light in you. Because a lot of people choose not to. And that's their right to choose. So this is what I want you to know. Stop listening to the voices of other people in your head. Most want to keep you small. Most would love to keep you small to gratify their own insecurity. Tell yourself each day who you are and watch as you become it. Remember, you're meant to be too much. You're meant to be too much. Good morning, Amal. And You know, it's interesting because I wanted to do a shout out today because this is the too much woman that is in my teacher pool. Gina Hatsis, the too much woman. She's beautiful and gorgeous. We're not meant to dim our lights. And isn't it time? Isn't it time to shine your lights? Truly shine your lights without allowing others to project their crap onto you. And when you use your voice and other people perceive you as too much, be too much anyways. So I did take a few more notes because this is what all these years, 12 years of healing has afforded me. I am not the same Julie that I was 13 years ago when I got diagnosed with cancer. That cancer, what it did for me, the blessing, was that it eradicated that version of me. And I am proud of who I am. I am authentic. I am truthful. I am doing my best. And I will no longer tolerate people who continue to want to project their shit onto me because I know the secret. Nobody can make me feel inferior without my consent. And so if I am too much woman, too bad. So this is what I know. Challenge the world with your entire being that you are too much. Most likely, if you're like me, you've experienced the message given by society that we feminine energy, that everything feminine is chaotic, hard work, and provoking to the masculine that needs to control and strategize the feminine. The liberated feminine is portrayed as essentially too emotional, too messy, too unpredictable, too unknown, too irrational, too difficult, too challenging of the status quo. Hi, Rose. You're just too much. You're too much. You're too much, Giuliana. You're too much, Julie. You make things exhausting. Who does she think she is? I know who I am. Do you? Because I know that each and every day my only intention is to be better than the me that I was yesterday. I'm not fake. I'm real. Good and bad, happy and sad, I show up each and every day with the intention that others will see that God loves each of us. And that just because I choose to heal my life does not make me think that I am better than anybody, even if you think I am too much. But one thing that I know is I am not less than anybody. And I have lived over 50 years feeling that not enough, too fat, too ugly, too dumb, whatever the case might be. And you know, a beautiful person on my biz page left me this beautiful reminder this morning. And I was like, wow, God, thank you for talking through her. I want to shout out to Carol Lemaster today. When yesterday I posted, I wonder if anybody cares about me. I wonder. And I got a lot of love. I don't wonder anymore. She said to me, it's not their job to love you as much as you want, only as much as they can. It's your job to love yourself more and do what makes you happy for a while instead of focusing on others. Just continue to be your sweet, loving self and don't forget to put yourself first more often. So I wrote my book, Love Yourself to Health. I think it's 5 years old this year. Love Yourself to Health. Let me just check when my fairy godmother book author We published this in 2018. So it's going to be 5 years old on November the 11th. I dug deep to heal my life, to love myself the way that my inner little girl has always wanted and didn't receive. Now that is my truth. And I know that my parents did the best that they can. And I share my stories. And if I trigger them, well, so be it. Because life is a journey and we all have a choice each day to live, love, and heal. And I choose it each and every day. And now that I have found my voice in a healthy way, I will no longer allow myself to be silenced. And if I am perceived as too much, well, you know what? I hope that you're feeling too much today too. Let's see what my beautiful Amal is saying. She's saying, I love that about you, being who you are, genuine you, and you have zero reasons to hide behind anyone else's version of you. Love you and proud of every single thing you are and becoming. And I want to thank you, dearest Amal, because you, my beauty, you and the pictures that we created together are shaking up my energy, sister. They're shaking my world. And that was my intention, to show up for once saying, you know what? Even though I carried extra weight my whole life, I'm not less than anybody. And even though I still carry extra weight, I love and appreciate who I am. Who I am. Females are usually told from an early age to be quiet, be nice, be good, be acceptable. Under no circumstance show anyone your wildness. Your wildness, being the innate ebb and flow and cyclical nature of your feminine vibration. Maybe you're like me and you're told, you can't be like that. What are people gonna think? You know what? It doesn't matter what people think. Because the truth of the matter is, you could be Mother Mary and they're still going to think less of you. Oh, look at how they persecuted Jesus. Should it be any different that as human, that we are not projected upon? And the power, that true innate power that is flowing from God and Goddess is within each of us. We're not meant to play small. We're meant to seek out that power that is within us, that light, because the world needs us more now than ever. And sitting in the dark is so painful. And I am so grateful that yesterday I was in the tub for 2 hours. My husband left, went to help his brother, came home, and I was still in the tub. And he's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I don't know. All I know is it doesn't feel good and I need to get this out. And I prayed and I prayed and I talked to God and I said, help me. Help me. I believe love always wins. Last week when I seeked out my prayer warriors, I was so grateful because I am a prayer warrior. However, we all need supernatural support at times. And one helped me so immensely in one area, and the other one said to me, Giuliana, I'm being counseled to counsel you to love like Jesus. And at first, I was like, how do I love like Jesus when they are treating me so badly? And I heard Jesus in my heart. He said, I am here. I am with you. I see it all. I know it all. I don't need to carry it. Just send love and to start in my own heart. To start in my own heart. My job is to love my own heart. To heal my own heart. So when I go out into the world, then I can cope with those that are treating me less than. Because my power is not in them. My power is in my alignment with the divine. My alignment with my truth. And I know my truth is my truth and their truth is their truth. And then there's the whole truth. And my peace came in knowing God, Jesus, Mother Mary, the Holy Spirit knows the whole truth. And all I need to do to give myself these wings that I showed up with today was to love my own heart. That's true, deep self-love. You know what? Your uncensored voice, spoken, written, or communicated through your body, is the way that you're going to heal this. Not silencing yourself, not being silenced, not being held in terror. You can set yourself free. You can give yourself wings. Your energetic presence, with its ability to stir up whatever is really going on beneath the surface in any room you are on, is God within you. Your creative powers and abilities were given to you by God. That's why they say to find your gifts and stop comparing yourself to others. Find your gifts, your creative power, the gifts and talents that God deposited within you when you chose to be a spirit embodied. And I know how hard that is to recognize. And I've joked 100 times that my soul needs a kick in the soul because I've picked some really hard lessons. And why shouldn't I share? I am light. You are light. And we are meant to walk each other home. We are meant to shine our lights. We are meant to look in each other's eyes and say, you too? Me too. Let's do this together. Let's shine our lights together. When I was compiling how to share today, because I like to leave with a lesson and not just verbal diarrhea. Are you too much because you're in touch with your emotions and your intuition? That now all the secrets and the lies that maybe you lived through can no longer stay in the closet, and just by being you, you're energetically shaking shit up? Look, this is what I know for sure. We humans only operate in love or fear. And in the middle, there's choices. There's recognizing the divine strength when we feel the fear and we have the return back to love. And there comes a point where you need to stand up and say, not one more time do you get to treat me less than I deserve. Not one more time. And I want to shout out to Sunny today because I remember 5 years ago when this really, really struck a chord in me. We were in Sedona, and I'll never forget because Deb and Robin were holding the leaves over us as we were going over this pond and affirming, not one more time. Not one more time would I allow people to treat me less than I deserve. Now, does that mean that I'm this virtuous person? Of course not. Of course not. But when your own mother says to you, you should be more angelic, that's that standard, unrealistic, that you've been held to your whole life. You should be more angelic. No, I don't. I can be deeply flawed and know that I am loved. And I can use my voice and share my stories and show other women and men that our healing lies in us. And the first step is the acknowledging the pain. Acknowledging the pain. And a lot of people stuff it, and I can't anymore. As I was sitting in the tub this morning, trying to gather my courage, I was saying to myself, what version of me, at what version of me did I lose my family? And it was very painful. It was very painful. And I said to God, have you not been leading me? Because my intention was to allow others to see you through me. But why aren't they seeing me? I'm not a perfect person. I'm deeply flawed. However, I am doing my best. And I won't stay quiet because I want to be more. I want to be too much. I want to know what it feels like. I want to feel beautiful and enough and worthy. And I know I deserve love. I know it. And I said to God, I don't know how to fix this. And he said, child, it's not yours to fix. I needed to release control. Release it. Surrender. Trust God. Trust the path. Trust the process. Trust myself. Because I know life is fleeting. And just because my parents are aging doesn't mean I'm not aging too. Have you noticed when your energy of too much affects people and they suddenly put up resistance in your presence? Maybe you're like me and you're noticing it. For the last 2 months, I've been doing the deep dive, your body, your oracle with Sunny. Every day I bring up a layer to heal. Every day I realize how the pain was from my being a little girl and all of the name calling of the kids in my neighborhood and all of the harsh words by my phys ed teachers. And if people don't like that I found my power through all of this spiritual wellness, then maybe they're not meant to be in my life. And I almost was going to wear my shirt, your opinion of me is none of my business. Almost. Because I finally get it now. Because it doesn't matter what I do, there's always going to be somebody who doesn't like me, and I'm finally okay with it. And the other day, I am cleaning up my container of Facebook because I need it. Because it's my choice. Because the environment that I need to grow in cannot be the one that I grew up in. And I am the one that's in charge of creating the environment. That means like minds and like hearts. And if I am no longer welcome somewhere, I'm going to create my own joy. And that's why I love Joy and Vitality Center so much. And I'm not going to hide my too muchness. And maybe that's a pivot for 2024, to do more goddess work. Because the angels are here. They support us unconditionally. The goddesses are the energy that pushes you to acknowledge the dark within you, that beauty that is within you, that multidimensional part of you that isn't fake, that is wounded, because we are all wounded. And there comes a time where I can say, not one more time, you don't feel good, you don't feel good, that doesn't feel good, going there doesn't feel good, and I'm not going there anymore. I'm not going to waste my time, my energy, my money. And then I thought to myself, is my being too much? Too much? And I heard God laugh. And I was like, okay, God, I got it. I got it. So, my prayer warrior friends, I understood what you told me, to love like Jesus. And Jesus himself told me, love my own heart. Let it start from there so that I can be a loving, kind mother to my son. That past versions of me are dead. And that those that keep bringing them forward are the ones with the issue. That I can stand in my enoughness, my too muchness, and say, not one more time do you get to treat me like that. Not one more time. That's a boundary. That's a boundary. Are you too much when you have creative ideas and ambitions that will expand you exponentially and display to the world just how transformative your abilities really are? I think I need to be a walking, talking billboard for transformation next year. Now, moving into next year. Transformation is possible. Last year, one of my words was becoming. This year, my words were magic, beloved, power, and radiance. I get where the power and radiance comes from. It comes from God, that light. and beloved. I am being shown all these experiences to recognize my belovedness with the divine and to mirror that to each of you. Because life is always beautiful. There are pockets of the ugly, like the war in Israel with the Israelites and the Palestinians, and in, what's going on with Russia and Ukraine. And there are friends in my circle suffering. And this morning, that's what I woke up to. A dear friend who is Jewish, who is suffering immensely because of what's going on. And so if my too muchness, being too caring and too loving and too filled with love and light, is bothering people, well, it's okay. Because I know I'm making a difference. Are you too much when you embody and express your own sexuality, making your own choices about how you use and experience this gift? Since March, when I had my beautiful photo shoots, I know I'm shaking up the status quo. Who is she to show her body like that? This is who I am. I am Giuliana. And with my body that's carried extra weight her whole life, never felt beautiful. And it was Amal from Diamond's Portraits. And I remember the next day having a cleanse crisis after my first photo shoot, because I had never allowed myself to see myself as beautiful, even though my husband has told me from the day that he met me how beautiful I am. And I couldn't receive it. Even now, sometimes. Even yesterday, I was in like an old pair of sweatpants and a t-shirt, and he said to me, let's go to Swiss Chalet and have the Thanksgiving feast. I was like, but I look so ugly. He goes, you look so beautiful. I am counting my blessings. I'm counting my blessings today. Do you put limits on how you engage with your sexual powers for fear of intimidating others or opening yourself up to judgment about the kind of woman that you are? Oh, I know I have. What are people gonna think? Huh. You know what? Whether I do or whether I don't, they're gonna have an opinion, and I don't really care anymore. Nope. It is what it is. So, before we close today, I invite you now, as a commitment to your own healing and empowerment, to take a stand against being too much. Women are constantly fed a diet of how unacceptable and dangerous their too muchness is. I want to change the narrative. Be too much. Join me. And let's be too much together. My intention at the beginning of the year was to stand beside my teachers, not below them, not over top them, not below, not over top, but beside. And there isn't a day that goes by that I don't be of service. And I won't allow anybody to put me back in the closet, the spiritual closet, that is. And this week I said to my husband, I'm even going to go talk to my priest. Because this love like Jesus can sometimes be the cause of great pain. Because I want you to know that doesn't mean that you allow yourself to get treated like garbage. To love like Jesus means to love your own heart first. to fill up with that love and that divine grace and mercy, and know that you matter simply because you exist. And to love like Jesus means that you walk in the light and you recognize that people have their choice to exercise their divine free will in a way that they want. And you don't bash anybody. You stand up and share. God knows your intentions. God knows your heart. God knows the truth. And true healing is allowing yourself the grace of God to be too much. Because we need your too muchness. And those that can't handle it, you don't need to be invited to their table anymore. Because you know what? You can invite others to your table. Like minds, like hearts. And you can and are safe to demand the respect that you deserve, that you desire. And the strength of God is always available. What the world is crying out for now is women to revel in their too muchness. When we claim our too muchness, men will reap the benefits of having an empowered woman beside them. There is that saying, behind every great man is an equally great woman. While behind every great woman, there is a great man. We are all meant to be great. That is a beautiful way to end this Talk Tuesday. I just want to check and see if I had anything else to share with you today. Your new life is going to cost you your old one. It's going to cost you your comfort zone and your sense of direction. It's going to cost you relationships and friends. It's going to cost you being liked and understood. But it doesn't matter, because the people you are meant for you, because the people who are meant for you are going to meet you on the other side. And you're going to build a new comfort zone around the things that actually move you forward. And instead of liked, you're going to be loved. Instead of understood, you're going to be seen. All you're going to lose is what was built for a person you no longer are. Let it go. That is what I want to live with. That old version of you that maybe your family might keep projecting onto you, you grab her and you run. And you run like the wind to where you are loved, where your too muchness is celebrated. Because what I know for sure is when you're on your deathbed, don't have regrets that you held back your greatness. Do not hold back your greatness. Do not hold back your too muchness. Be too much. Shine your light. Grab God by the hand and follow him, her, that divine oneness. And know that you are beloved. And when people show you you don't matter, take note and move. I'm Giuliana Mello. If I can be of service, giulianamello.com. God bless you all. Thank you for sharing time and space with me today. Go out and be too much. Many blessings to each of you. Namaste. Namaste, friends. Too Much Woman Giuliana signing out for today.